Hi, I'm Jeff. I made the crown molding pack, and here's an overview of everything you can do in the pack and what all the crown molding tools can do. So first, let's go to the crown molding pack. So looking at the crown molding pack, there's 15 crown molding paths, there's one wall base path, there's 25 trim paths, and they're duplicated for both the top and the bottom. There's 5 middle trim paths, and there's one trim mesh object. So there's 46 unique paths within the pack, and a total of 72 total objects. In version 1, there was only 16 paths, so there's 29 new paths in version 2. Looking at the crown molding tools, there are 13 tools. The first one is Convert to Crown Molding, which works with single or multiple faces, or edges, or loops. There are 3 Curve Tilt tools. These only work on 3D curves, but it does work for multiple objects. There are 3 Mirror tools. They work on all types of objects and works on multiple objects. There are 2 Scale tools. These work on multiple curves as well. There's a Switch Curve Direction tool, which works on multiple curves as well. And there's 3 Curve Dimension tools. These also work on multiple paths. And the middle one is a toggle just to switch between them. So if you have a 2D and a 3D path and you hit that, it'll switch both of them. I'll go over some quick tips. You can convert multiple faces or single faces to paths. It separates them by loose objects. You can convert edge loops or a single edge loop to a path. Again, this uses the separate loose objects. Whenever you're converting anything to a path, you want to try to avoid extra vertices really, because those will cause 3D paths to look a little bit weird because it'll add extra vertices. The script automatically renames objects with CMP just to make it easier to find those paths that you've created with the tool. You can also go back into the path and edit it however you want. If you feel like the script didn't do what you wanted, you could totally do that. There are some differences with 3D and 2D paths. 2D paths are better for corners and it has more accurate profiles. 3D curves have tilt, but they are less accurate. The add-on does some rotation to make the 2D paths oriented correctly. So if you ever have a face that's not on a primary axis, you might need to manually rotate it to get it to work the right way. So the way you fix that is you make it an object or you duplicate the face yourself and you rotate it on its local x-axis by 90 degrees. Then you want to go back out of edit mode and rotate it back -90 degrees. Or the simple way to fix it is just to use a 3D curve. That'll work too. Then you could rotate the tilt. Materials on these crown molding paths should work automatically, but you might need to convert them to a mesh and UV unwrap for more complicated shaders. There's also some settings under Curve, Properties, Data, Texture Space. Finally, I'll leave you with some quick ideas on ways you can use this crown molding pack. You can make crown molding, obviously. You can stack crown molding by duplicating the path, mirroring it, and changing the path, or leaving it the same. You can make picture frames, you can put edges on mirrors, you could do inlays or edges on cabinets, you can add inlays to doors, you could add crown molding around a fireplace, you could add crown molding around a window, you could make window panes with crown molding, you could add edges to a table, you could add inlays to a bed frame, and you can make shutters. One thing that I saw a lot of when I was doing some research was that you see a lot of these rectangles on the wall. You could just make one and then repeat it with an array. If you want different paths within the crown molding pack, just let me know. I'm happy to add more options and you'll get them for free. You could also add some custom paths to your original blend file, and that way you have those custom options whenever you use the pack. And that's it. That's how you use pretty much everything within the crown molding pack. I think you'll find that this saves you a lot of time, and thank you so much for using the crown molding pack. Take care.